Hello, everyone. Welcome to our BALAS webinar. We are talking about the annual conference for 2024. All statements expressed by Fundação Getúlio Vargas employees and guests in our online events and broadcasts exclusively represent their opinions and not necessarily FGV's institutional position. We also reiterate that everyone present here agreed to participate in this event of their own free will, and they consented to be recorded in this broadcast, which will be posted later on FGV's official channels. To continue with this transmission, we ask that you express your agreement by verbalizing or signing your agreement.
I agree.
I agree.
Thank you. Thank you. Please, Yvonne.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Yvonne Huertas, and I am privileged to be the Executive Director of BALAS. BALAS stands for the Business Association of Latin American Studies, and we're here excited, very excited, because we are looking forward to this next conference that will take place in Sao Paulo, and our host school will be FGV. Here we are accompanied by Susana Carla Farias Pereira, who will later on give us rich details of the conference. Urbi Garay, president of BALAS, accompanies us, and he will also be part of the presentation. So are we ready to go? Are we ready to be prepared for BALAS 2024? I am. So, Urbi, I think you're on for a brief presentation of what BALAS is and the many things that it represents for the academic community. Your mic is muted.
Thank you very much, Yvonne, for the presentation, and Susana for being here. It's a pleasure to be here at this webinar, where we're going to talk about BALAS and also about the coming conference that we have in June at FGV in Sao Paulo. So I have a presentation here that I'm gonna share with you. And so the BALAS, our mission is to promote scholarly research in the Latin American region. And so we have, at BALAS, we have over 30 years nurturing scholarly research. BALAS was founded in 1989, and it is the first academic association to focus exclusively on business and economics in Latin America and the Caribbean. So we have the annual conference where scholars from around the world come. And as you know, next year we have it in Sao Paulo at FGV. In addition to the annual conference, we produce special publications. We have the doctoral consortia, we have case studies, and we have awards programs. We're going to talk about those in the next few minutes. The objectives of BALAS are to foster education, encourage research, and provide a forum for the exchange of ideas and the discussion of Latin American issues that affect the business environment of both domestic and transnational enterprises. As I said, we have all these events. We have the annual conference. We also have webinars such as this one, and we are having webinars throughout the years. We also have networks to develop successive generations of academics and professional leaders focused on Latin America and the Caribbean. And even though we were founded in 1989, our first conference was in 1984. So that's basically from 40 years ago. It's a long record, and so I'm gonna talk now about the different aspects of the coming conference, starting with the tracks for papers. We have general tracks, and we have special tracks. The special tracks change depending on the conference. Susana Pereira is going to talk about the special tracks. I'm going to mention now the tracks for papers, for your submissions. So these are the tracks that we usually have. They change a little bit from year to year. We have an accounting, taxation, and management information and control systems track, consumer behavior, corporate finance, cultural, social, and ethical issues, economics and global issues, entrepreneurship and family business, financial markets, investment and risk management, management, organizational behavior, and human resource management, information systems, business intelligence, technology management and operations, teaching cases and management education. We place a lot of importance to teaching cases, marketing management, strategy, international business and global competitiveness, and finally, Asia and Latin American business and economics. So we have, we already have the call for papers. You may have seen that on your emails if you are in the database or through our LinkedIn account. We have a LinkedIn account we have been using, and we have the call for papers there. We have the link for submission. You can always go to the webpage of BALAS, which is balas.org, and you can of course look at. I want to write it here. balas.org. So you can go to the webpage and you can, for example, take a look at the different definitions of these tracks, because we don't have time here to discuss those, but you can see the descriptions of these tracks. Okay, so then we have the special tracks. Susana Pereira is going to talk about those during her presentation, so I'm going to move here. We are also introducing a new track, public management, which probably it will be special this time, but we will try to have it as a general track. That doesn't make a difference in general in terms of the submission or anything like that. It's just a classification. But we will also have a public management track, because many of our schools have a public management part of the school area, or a public management master's program, and it's an area that should be considered, of course, at the conference. In the past, it was considered in the economics section and things like that, but it deserves to have its own track. Then we have a number of associated journals to the conference. We have 9. I'm going to talk about them briefly. You can also go to the webpage and take a look at them. And what this means is that these journals, we have a committee that selects the best papers in the different areas, and we invite them to go through the review process through these journals. But considering that they are coming from the conference, they should be like a fast track. Of course, if a paper is invited, it has to go through the review process, and hopefully it will be accepted, but it's not guaranteed, of course. But I think that's one of the main contributions of having the conference. So we have the Journal of Economics, Finance, and Administrative Sciences, the Journal of Management History, Academia, Management Research, Revista Brasileira de Gestão de Negócios, sorry if I don't pronounce it correctly, Latin American Business Review, the Journal of Evolutionary Studies in Business, Emerging Market Case Studies, and Tech Empresarial. So we have those 9 journals. We may have additional ones because we are in conversations with two more ones from here to June, when the conference is held, and so I'm sure we will have good news regarding more journals. So this is very important for the scholars in the region, as you know, to publish, to have all these avenues. So we have these 9 journals, as I said, all these 9 journals, and they are part of they are associated to BALAS. So after the conference, selected papers will be invited by each of these journals, and that's an important part of the conference. And hopefully your paper will be invited. Some of them are very specific, others are more general. For example, academia. Academia has Revista Latinoamericana de Administración, has papers in marketing, in finance, in operations, in the different areas. Journal of Economics, Finance, and Administrative Science, by the name, you can see that is concentrated on economics, finance, and administrative science. Then you have the Journal of Management History, which is very specific, and we have a track in management history. And so we have very specific journals and others that are more more general. We are very glad by all the journals that we now have. This list has been increasing throughout the years. And now another very important aspect of the conference is the awards that we give. And I give the word to Yvonne, please, Yvonne Huertas, if you can talk to us about the awards.
Yes, going back to what Urbi said, I think that BALAS represents to the academic community a second family, the extended family of academics who share the same interests and concerns, and it's a blend, a very special blend of an experience that implies that you'll have fun, you will advance in your path towards publication, which I feel is a strange combination, you know, having fun and actually advancing your path toward publication. The fact that you also have the possibility for networking adds to the lure of our academic conference. And then that special blend of a cultural, social, gastronomic experience, it's unique. So awards add to the magic of BALAS being such a well-positioned conference among academics. So once you hear that awards are being given, you actually feel the thrill of the possibility of being chosen. So Urbi, could you advance to the next slide? These awards are sponsored by special people and special organizations who believe in the mission of BALAS of advancing a scholarly research in the Latin region. To receive these awards, the manuscripts are selected from the annual conference proceedings. And these must be submitted as a full paper, and they must be presented by at least one or more of the authors. The final selection of the papers to receive the awards is the responsibility of an awards committee and its chair, and they use inputs from the committee members and comments from the conference track chairs and paper reviews. So it's quite a rigorous process where there's a combination of the quality of the paper, the quality of the presentation, how novel the theme is, and those are part of the points for that will actually be considered when evaluating the papers to be awarded. The chair of the awards committee shall also appoint a minimum of 2 additional members to carry out the committee's responsibilities. So next slide, please. And the awards are: number 1, the Presidential Best Academic Award. The second one is a very special award, which is part of the history of BALAS. Luis Sanz was one of BALAS presidents, and unfortunately, he passed away in the conference where he would be actually turning over his presidency to the next president. So it was a moment, a very, very emotional moment. And from there on, we've honored his memory with the Luis Sanz Best Student Paper Award. Then there's Lourdes Casanova, very well known. She is a scholar, and she's been recognized as one of the most influential women in the Ibero-American region. And she is sponsoring this Best Applied Paper Award. University of San Diego is also sponsoring another paper award, and it's the paper should be focused on best corporate social responsibility. So as you can see, we have various possibilities for awards, and you can actually feel the thrill that you can be one of the winners. La Universidad de los Andes also sponsors a Management Best Teaching Case Award. And finally, there's a Best Doctoral Presentation Award. These are the awards that you can look forward to. And I think that when you are drafting your paper, there are so many things that you want from it. You expect publication, you expect recognition in your school, you expect maybe awards too. So this is part of the magic that brings our BALAS scholars every year to our conferences. The next slide. There's a very special event that happens in each BALAS conference. It's called the Latin American Job Market. It's unique, and it's part of the possibilities that enhance BALAS conferences. It is an initiative that seeks to connect Latin American PhD candidates, young scholars, and faculty that want to explore options within and outside Latin America, as well as recruiters interested in international talent with a more significant focus on Latin American talent. As you can see, the sponsors of this initiative are EGADE, Universidad del Rosario, FGB, hello, IESA, University of ESAN, the Facultad de Economía y Negocios de la Universidad de Chile, Universidad de Los Ángeles, and hello, the University of Puerto Rico. So as you can see, BALAS offers these range of possibilities for every participant. I think that we deliver what people want, what academics want. They want a plan of a conference that will provide the path for publication, that will provide opportunities for networking, that will actually be celebrated by a school like FGB that is triple crown of a what's the magic of FGB? It's triple accreditation. I think that we're honored to have such a great school hosting our 2024 conference. So what's the next step for our academics that are watching, that are participating in this webinar? Well, register, have your paper completed and submitted to our conference. Okay, important information. Deadline for submission of papers, February 17th, 2024. And the good news is that in the past, there was a submission fee. Now it's been waived. So it means that you can actually submit your paper without that representing an extra cost to you. And there's the link for the submission. And we are looking forward to a great conference in Sao Paulo with our host, FGB. If you have any question, I think that they should be made at the end of these webinars so that Susana can actually make her presentation and introduce the 2024 conference that will take place in Sao Paulo. Thank you very much for your presence here. And we look forward to seeing you in Sao Paulo in 2024.
Well, thank you, Yvonne. Thank you so much, Yvonne Huertas, BALAS Executive Director, for her presentation. And now we go to Susana Pereira, the conference chair, professor from FGB. Susana is going to talk about Sao Paulo, FGB, the special tracks, and a number of issues related to Sao Paulo and Brazil. And so if you have any questions, you can write them and to us, and we will take care of them at the end of the Susana Pereira presentation. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, thank you, Ivone. I feel already excited and thrilled to participate at the BALAS 2024 conference here in São Paulo. Right now, I'm in São Paulo. I'm going to share my screen and start to present the BALAS 2024 annual conference in São Paulo. Oh, it's my pleasure and honor to be the chair of this conference. We are really looking forward to welcome you all to São Paulo and to FGV, our School of Business. The main theme of the conference is Innovation Ecosystems for Business Development. And the conference will be from 18th to 21st of June at São Paulo Business School of Administration. Okay. Talking a little bit about FGV, as FGV is huge. We have 10 different schools. And when I talk about the School of Administration, we call it Escola de Administração de Empresas de São Paulo in a good Portuguese. Yes, we do speak Portuguese in Brazil. Okay. Our business school in São Paulo is going to be the host of the BALAS annual conference. Our business school in numbers, we can talk about, we have around 3,700 students and 245 professors, 106 international partners in 38 different countries, 40,000 members of our alumni network, and around 500 international students that take our course every year. As Ivone has mentioned, we are honored to be triple accredited. And we are also well known for our 21 research centers or study centers. I'm going to highlight one of these study centers, that the Innovation Center. I'm the director of Innovation Center. We call it FGVI. And we are organizing together, myself and the whole team of professors and researchers of the Innovation Center. We are organizing together the BALAS annual conference to 2024. So talking about São Paulo and Brazil, I display very briefly here the map of Brazil and highlighted São Paulo. São Paulo, the state of São Paulo is the most important state in Brazil when it comes to economy, and the development of our states is well known. And São Paulo is among the huge and most important metropolitan areas in the world. So it's going to be an honor to welcome you to São Paulo. Talking about the surroundings of the venue of the BALAS 2024 conference, we will host the conference at our business school that is close to Avenida Paulista. We call it Paulista Avenue, a well-known touristic area in São Paulo. We are surrounded by several museums and cultural centers. Also, a new shopping that is coming across FGV is that Cidade Matarazzo. And we are also close to all kinds of public transportation. It's quite easy to move around our area and in São Paulo with subway and all different public transportation, and dozens of hotels at different ranges of price. So it make it easy for anyone to come and stay with us for the conference. We are also in a relative safe area in São Paulo. And I have like a few pictures just to make you feel the mood to come to São Paulo. We are very well known for our lively night, for having different places for going for dinner, and also our cultural life in São Paulo. It's very excited as well. Some pictures, also these are pictures across FGV. And talking about the conference theme, the main conference theme is Innovation Ecosystem for Business Development. We are talking and concerned of the new digital and physical technologies that are enabling the creation of new business models by new ventures and also established organizations, as well as facilitating the interaction between partners and the creation of complementary business activities. In this context, the notion of ecosystem is becoming increasingly popular. In the last 10 years, the World Economic Forum has highlighted the central role of innovation ecosystem in fomenting economic activity. The BALAS 2024 annual conference will provide a scholarly academic forum for discussing innovation ecosystem for business development in the Latin American Caribbean context, focusing on specific conditions and solutions for our reality. URBI has already presented the general tracks for the conference, and I'm honored to present the special conference track. The first one is Innovation Ecosystem for Business and Sustainable Development. While academics and practitioners alike are increasingly trying to understand the role of ecosystem in promoting the development of new business models to boost economic activity and development, much remains to be understood on the means and context through which these complex social structures actually do so. In this vein, this special track invites studies on the dynamic and processes that enable value creation and sustainable development in innovation and entrepreneurial ecosystem, as well as on contextual factors that contribute to the success of these efforts, like governance, multi-stakeholder interactions, legitimacy, spatial location, institutional aspects, to mention a few, but not limited to them. It also welcomes both qualitative and quantitative studies from different industries and countries. Our second special conference track is Overcoming the Innovation Paradox in Developing and Emerging Economies, Technology and Management to Reach Prosperity. For over a century, innovation has been widely recognized as the crucial factor for economic development and prosperity. As such, innovation has also become a main policy target to nurture the comparative and competitive advantage of firms and regions worldwide. However, emerging countries seem to still struggle to obtain the positive benefits of investments in innovation, a phenomenon that has been called the innovation paradox by the World Bank. But why is this happening? Lacking managerial skills and capability across firms and organizations in these countries have been pointed to as the main reason behind this challenge, preventing firms from upgrading technologically and building innovation capability. This special track invites qualitative and quantitative contributions that provide answers on how to overcome this challenge. We welcome papers with studies that can provide successful and also unsuccessful stories of innovation, policy, industrial and ecological technological development, as well as papers addressing firm management practices and strategies to build innovation capabilities and grow in developed economies. We have two additional special conference tracks, Management History, that was already a special conference track in BALAS 2023 conference, when we are bringing it again to its success. And the new one, Public Management. If you need more information on the general tracks or also the special conference tracks, please go to BALAS website. We are also excited to publish the fast track opportunities. UBI has already mentioned the many associated journals that BALAS offer as fast track opportunities. As Yvonne mentioned before, we are here both to develop our career and follow opportunities for publication, and also to have a good network with friends and colleagues for all over the world. talking about this opportunity for publications, we are also including for this annual conference in FGV, São Paulo in 2024, 2 special issues focusing on the BALAS Conference. The first one is a special issue from Revista Administração de Empresas, RAI, and it's going to be focused on the publication of Latin American and Caribbean, and also a special issue for the critical perspectives on AIB. More information on our website. We can present like a general program overview, just to make you feel to join us in 2024 at FGV. Of course, this is subject to change, but to have a glance of the conference and how we plan to distribute the sessions, we plan to start with an opening ceremony and international plenary session, followed by parallel sessions and a welcome cocktail. On Wednesday and Thursday, we will have both plenary sessions, parallel sessions, and special panels that will go through this Wednesday and Thursday. And finally, on Friday, following the parallel sessions, we have scheduled some company visits, and we are planning to offer 2 paper development workshops in the doctoral consortium. So more information to come in our website. Just to make you feel like join us for this conference, I'm honored to announce our 2 first international speaker. The first keynote speaker is Professor Annabelle Gower. She's from University of Surrey. She's a chair professor in digital economy, director of the Surrey Center of Digital Economy, and she is an expert, advisor, and researcher on the business of digital platforms and platform-based innovation ecosystem. We are very happy that Professor Annabelle confirmed her participation at our annual conference 2024 at FGV. We have also the confirmation of the chief economist for the Latin American, the Caribbean region at the World Bank, Mr. William Maloney, that has worked together with the World Bank to publish the report named the Innovation Paradox. And we are also very excited and honored that the chief economist, William Maloney, has confirmed his participation at BALAS 2024 conference. Talking a little bit about the paper development workshop, so you may have time to develop your paper and submit. We will have 3 PDWs or PDWs, paper development workshop. They will be hosted at the last day of the conference, June 21st, and the first PDW is for the special issue of Revista de Administração de Empresas de São Paulo. The second one for the critical perspective on international business. And the third one, like Urbin mentioned, that BALAS value a lot teaching and development of cases. We will have a special paper development workshop for the Cladea BALAS Case Consortium. So please aware of the deadlines and submit your papers and your cases and take part of our paper development workshop at BALAS Annual Conference 2024. And the last, but not least, we have also scheduled some company visits. You can have more information on our website. We have already confirmed 3 company visits with Natura, Cubo, and Ambev. We are selecting companies that have developed all their operations here in Brazil and also has become international. And we want you to have a glance of how business is developed in Brazil. Okay, so feel free to join our company visits as well. And we are looking forward to see you in São Paulo, June next year. Please come to see us and submit your papers to our conference. Uri, please.
Thank you so much, Susana Pereira, for the presentation.
No.
I think we have a great conference coming. If you see all the all the tracks that we have, all the keynote speakers, being in Sao Paulo, and the company visits, and the paper development workshop, which is something that is new in our conference. I think we have a really great conference coming ahead of us. By the way, we had a conference at FGV Sao Paulo in 2003. So this is the second time we go there, and we're very glad to. I was very fortunate to go to that conference 20 years ago, and so we're coming back to Sao Paulo. We're very glad to do that. I don't know, Yvonne, if you have a comment.
Yes, actually, I do. Susanna, that was a great presentation, very enticing and showing exactly what our academics want. They want a host that is triple accredited. They want a theme that is connected to the new normalities that we're living. It's a face-to-face conference, so it's a change from the previous conferences during the pandemic time. Balas was fortunate enough, to survive the pandemic, to show its resiliency, and now we're going back to a fully face-to-face conference, which I think we're hungry for the personal contact with our friends, with our colleagues, and Sao Paulo definitely is the place, to continue that trend for themes that are really in touch with the reality that we're living, and offering the possibility for scholars to make a contribution with ideas, with projects, with papers that can actually help the world become a better place. And innovation in these times is so essential for a world that is in constant change, a world where the technologies are displacing a lot of people. So we are concerned with our ESG, environmental, social, and governance concerns. I think that BALAS 2024 will be the perfect place to create the perfect storm for changes to come in the future.
We hope so. That's great, Yvonne. Thank you.
So do we have any questions?
Let's see, I'm looking right now on our chat. Okay, no questions so far. That is good.
I have a question. Well, a colleague of mine sent me the question through the WhatsApp, so it's different. But she's asking about the submission process and the review process. How is that? And I'm gonna say that you submit the paper, and then it goes to the track. You need to select the track, and we have track chairs. One track chair is from FGV, and another one is from different schools associated to BALAS, and they assign the reviewers to the paper, and the reviewers, well, they will make the comments, accept or not accept, and then finally the track chair, between the two track chairs, the decision will be made, and hopefully you will receive a lot of comments. One of the important aspects of the conference is, and submitting your paper is, I mean, it's ideal when you receive a lot of comments and possibilities for because all these are papers that are work in progress, supposedly. So they are presented at the conference for it to be improved, and that's why after that, the best papers are invited to the journals to go through submission process, the fast track, and hopefully they will be accepted, but that's not guarantee, as you know. And also we produce, and we didn't comment, but we produce at the end of the conference, we produce the proceedings that are important to a number of scholars. They need to have to show their schools that they have the proceedings. What we are doing is a book of proceedings is online. In the past, it was, of course, printed and everything. Today it's online, and it's an abstract proceeding. It's a proceeding of the abstracts. That's what we're doing. In part because some scholars have told us in the past that now, when they send the paper to a journal, sometimes the journal asks them to remove the paper from the BALAS page. And I mean, to avoid any kind of issues, we have decided to have a proceedings book only with the abstracts. I don't know if you have any other comment.
Ubi, there is a question here. If you could explain how the doctoral consortium is going to be organized.
Well, the doctoral consortium is a very important part of the conference, and we have a doctoral chair, Jose Antonio Robles from Universidad de San in Peru. He has been the doctoral chair for a number of years. So you need to send your presentation for the doctoral chair, and it will be considered. And usually doctoral students present their dissertation or what they are doing for the dissertation. You may have different levels of advancement in terms of the thesis, and they receive comments from the public and from the track chair, and that's how it works. And it's a very good way for students to receive. They also need, of course, a lot of input from the research they are developing, and I think that's very helpful. There are for the doctoral students, there is a registration fee that is lower. I don't have the numbers here now, but we, of course, we have a registration fee for the conference for anyone who is attending. But for the doctoral students, it's like half of that or something like that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Susana, go ahead.
No, please go on. And I have another question. You can go on, please.
Well, maybe it's the same question. Are we sure that we have communicated the fact that any doctoral paper presented has to be in English?
Well, yeah, we haven't mentioned that explicitly, but it's good that you bring that here. The conference, of course, the official language of the conference is English, and so everything will have to be presented in English. And I mean, of course, English is not our native language for many of us, but it's the official language. And considering that we're in Brazil and Brazil is Portuguese, and in Latin America, the rest is in Spanish, it's good to have English as a common language and for the situation. But the presentation has to be in English. Now, I can comment here that we have considered in the past, including presentations in Spanish and English, and some people like it. Some people prefer, that to use English because many of the journals are in English anyway, and it's a good way to practice English and to use the language.
Okay, thank you, Ubi. The question I have here, I'm not sure if Ubi or Yvonne would like to comment, is related to the Latin America job marketing. How does it work? The question wants to know if any faculty in Brazil or Latin America that want to participate, how they should proceed.
Yvonne, maybe you want to answer and then I can complement anything.
Sure. Well, it's a combination of the initiative of schools who are looking for new talent. And if they're aware that there's this Latin American job market, they must submit their application for the teaching jobs that they wish to interview. So I think it'll be a combination of opening a call for an invitation, to schools who have openings in their academic positions. They will announce these positions, and professors or candidates for a PhD will have to submit like their resume, and so we will attempt to make a match between the needs of the faculty members and the applicants. It's a process which we hope will eventually evolve into one that will nurture in an environment where schools know that this BALAS conference will be an opportunity to meet new talents and interview them during the conference. So academics, be aware that if you're in the mode for change in your academic life and you wish to explore possibilities of new schools that represent opportunities for teaching, well, we will have a match in place. Urbi, if you wish to add your
thank
own
you.
comments.
Yeah, thank you, Yvonne. That's very helpful. And also, I would like to remind that the schools participating in the Latin American job market, they are institutional members of BALAS.
Right.
They have to be institutional members of BALAS. And so, as an association, we didn't talk about this because we didn't want to distract, but to the conference. But we have institutional members. And a number of schools. You can see them on our website, and they pay an annual fee to be institutional members, and they enjoy a number of benefits. One of them is that one scholar going to the conference can go as the representative of the school, so that the scholar doesn't have to pay the registration fee. And another aspect is the Latin American job market that's open only to our members, which are nonetheless most of the most important schools in the region. So that's an important part. And talking about, I talk about registration fees. We are updating the page on that, but we are not increasing the fees. They are the same as last year. We are making a few changes for some specific cases, but actually discounts in some cases. But we are not increasing the registration fee.
That's great news. Thank you so much for your time and for also allowing us to have this opportunity to host the BALAS annual conference in São Paulo at FTV. Yes, we are so excited and honored with that. It's going to be a great pleasure. I have mentioned before that BALAS was my first international conference when I was a PhD student, and indeed make a huge difference to my career. All the connections and opportunities that I had when I attended BALAS conference were amazing. And up to today, I have the opportunity to not only present my research and receive great feedback on that, but also to build a strong network. And Yvonne and Urbi, I'm so glad that now I'm part of your network as well. I'm really excited to welcome you all at FGV São Paulo next year. Okay, so there is no more questions, no additional questions. If you would like to make some comments. Yes, please, go ahead.
I wonder if you have any updated information on visa requirements for those visiting Sao Paulo?
Yes, we do. We have complete information on BALAS website. We will want to welcome researchers from different parts of the world. So please be aware to look at our website about information. Most countries do not require visa to come to Brazil, so this make it easier. But if your country requires any kind of visa, we have included information, detailed information on that. okay? If you also has any comment or question, please feel free to send it through our website. You can contact us as well. We'll be happy to help you with that. Visa, transportation, any questions related to Brazil, São Paulo, take your time if you are flying to Brazil so you can stay longer here and enjoy not only São Paulo, but different parts of our country.
And the other thing is the weather in June is pleasant, no, in Sao Paulo.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it's not
I
hot
would say
like
it's
now.
our winter time, but
Yeah.
winter time is Brazil. It's delicious, especially
Yeah,
in São Paulo.
I've been there in June, so it's very nice.
It's
Yeah.
perfect. It's very nice. We don't have lots of rain just from time to time, so the weather is pleasant. And if you want also to travel around Brazil, although it's winter time, you may find summer in some parts of Brazil.
Yeah. That's great.
So don't be afraid to come.
No.
Come and don't miss this opportunity. We are really excited after so many years of lockdown and COVID and
Yeah.
attending online conference. This is a huge opportunity to connect in person with our colleagues from different parts of the world, especially Latin America, all together here in São Paulo. It's really a huge opportunity. And at FGV, we have a large program, PhD and master program, and all our students are being encouraged to submit their papers and also to attend the doctoral consortium. So it's also a great opportunity to our students and to PhD students from different parts of the world.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Susana, and Yvonne for such a great webinar. I think it was very helpful, and we received a number of questions, and this will be, of course, in YouTube for people who want to see it later, or, it will be there for all of us. If you have any question, please write to us. Our email is balas@balas.org. If you have any question, and about the association or about the conference, and I mean we can respond to any of those questions. Thank you so much once again, Susana, and I'm really excited about this conference. It looks, it's what's that, 8 months from now, but it looks so close, and
Yes.
and we have already, looking at your presentation and everything, is like everything is set for having an amazing conference. And I know you at FGV, you take care of all the details and everything, and that's very reassuring for us, and we're extremely happy.
Yeah, and I didn't mention, we didn't have time to present all the track chairs, but we will have, for every track, we have a BALAS chair and an FGV chair. So please feel free to keep in touch if you have any question related to your submission, okay? All FGV professors that are engaged to make this a great conference, they are also available if you have any questions related to your submissions, okay? We will display their name and their contact on the website, so feel free to contact us.
We will do that also when we have confirmed all of them. We have almost all of them confirmed, but once we have all of them confirmed, we will upload their names to the website so that everybody can see them.
And please pay attention to the deadline.
Yeah.
February
Yes.
17. You have plenty of time to finish your paper and submit it to the BALAS 2024 conference. We are waiting for you.
So, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Urbi.
Bye-bye,
Thank
everyone.
you, Ivone.
Bye.
Bye-bye,
Thank you, everybody.
everyone.
See you soon.
See you soon in
See you
São
soon.
Paulo, FGV, São Paulo, Brazil.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.